Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of the J&J Show. I'm JJ, he's Jacob, and this is episode 20. We have finally made it. It has been a very long road. Many episodes have been put into this product. Very happy to still be doing this. And Jacob, what do you got to say about this thing? 20 episodes,
I
man.
mean, 20 episodes, man. It's been a long journey, but we did take 3 weeks off before doing episode 20, but we're finally back. So
Yeah.
great to be back. And we got some things to talk about today.
We definitely have some things to talk about. And before we get into that, I just want to say I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas and a very happy holidays. I hope everybody stays safe with their family. And I just wish everybody the very best because we will not be here for the new year, which does kind of stink. But I mean, what can I say? It is
Yeah.
what it is. You live and you learn. That's basically how we're doing things here. So you may as well call this the New Year's special.
Or the
But
and the Christmas special.
no Christmas special. Christmas special is only if Christmas is still going on.
All right.
Without further ado, let's get into this. So one thing I learned about you, Jacob, is that you happen to be a big fan of Arsenal. You've mentioned that a lot. Big
Yes, sir.
Arsenal Gunners fan.
We can get the
And
jersey out.
there's a song that the Gunners sing whenever they get to the top of the league. What's the name of that song again?
I mean, I just got into them, so I'm really not huge into them yet, but
Well, let's just say that the New York Rangers are singing this song as of right now. They're singing Lonely at the Top, the number one team in the entire National Hockey League.
I mean, the Rangers so far, they've started off hot. Hopefully they can keep it going, but they've played extremely well lately. Igor's gotten his stride back, and they've been scoring. I like what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, me too. And what made things even better was the performance last night against the Washington Capitals, a big 5-1 win over the Washington Capitals. I love what I saw. What did you think about this game?
They needed this win against Washington, especially from the last time they were in Washington. It was a 4-0 shutout for Charlie Lindgren, who I did not expect that to happen. But Rangers got their get back against the Caps. Miller with two goals, Schneider with a goal. Who else scored? Laffy scored at the end. I can't forget who the fifth one was.
The fifth goal was, I'm pretty sure it was Miller.
Miller scored twice.
Miller scored.
Schneider.
Schneider. Panarin got the second goal.
Put
He got the
Panarin on the
go-ahead
power
goal.
play up to Panarin top shelf. It's a great job by them last night. Power play was rolling. Garden was rocking. Shout out to Goody. He was in attendance.
In the
Getting us up.
special, and that son of a bitch already has a third jersey.
They're the toughest mid. Like they're so mid, but at the same time they're like, if you buy one,
I hated on those jerseys from the very
yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
But
They look ugly in my opinion,
but we're winning with them, so you take what you can get in this
yeah.
league. The other side of things, if we're gonna take a little bit of a journey down to New Jersey, man, the Devils, what a comeback win over the Columbus Blue Jackets. Down, but gives up a goal to Yegor Chinkinov with about 2.5 minutes left. Luke Hughes goes coast to coast, and then Timo Meyer puts the finishing touches in overtime. What did you think about this game?
I turned this game on right as the Rangers game legit ended, as the buzzer was going
Me
off.
too.
And as I turned it on, Columbus took the lead. I see them
Chinkinov.
celebrating, and then I was happy that Columbus scored, and then I'm like, could this be it? And then of course, somehow Luke Hughes goes straight down the middle.
Coast to
I'll
coast.
be honest, Luke Hughes, that was a nasty shot. That was something else.
It was. Luke Hughes is definitely a special player. He is one of the better younger players in this league. I mean, I like what I see out of him. I give the kid a ton of credit. Him and
Yeah.
Jack have been playing really well for the Devils. And this could be the spark that New Jersey needs that they've been trying to get for so long. So, I mean, time will tell, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And then in overtime, it was Timo on the breakaway. Columbus had their chances, but Jake Bean got whiffed on the shot, and it was just a breakaway for Timo. So it was him against Elvis, and
He was
it barely got by. It barely got by Elvis, but it got to 5-hole.
Yeah, he was not missing that breakaway.
Yeah.
They go to Ottawa next as we travel to Florida to play the Panthers. Now, I mean,
let me just say something about this one, next one, because PA teams are known for routes. All right,
They are
COVID year, it's the Flyers, 9-0.
9-0 on St.
Yeah,
Patrick's
yeah,
Day.
9-0 on St. Patrick's Day. This year, it's Pittsburgh coming out of the All-Star break, but this time the PA team was on the right side of it.
Oh my goodness.
Man, what a
Oh my
killing.
goodness. All right, so I'm gonna say this. I was at Buffalo Wild Wings last night. I was out with my boys. It was their last day in New York before they went back to Florida. It was nice. We had a good time. They pranked me by saying it was my birthday, telling everyone it was my birthday, even though it was a week ago. I don't know. It's kind of funny though. But I see a bunch of people walking in with Islander jerseys because there was something called the HV Islanders, and they rented out the patio
The Hudson
to
Valley
watch the
Island.
game. Man, I wish I could have stayed for this. Oh my God. This was just the worst part is it's 0-0 after the first period. They
Yeah.
let in 6 goals in the second period.
Yeah.
That is unreal.
Chris Letang had 5 assists in the second period also.
5 assists for Chris Letang, who's basically a fossil at this point. I don't know how this chump is still in the league.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with how well the Penguins played, but the Islanders. And this is on Ilya Sorokin, too.
Yeah.
This wasn't Varlamov. This was Sorokin. This was just the Islanders, after the first period, just self-destructed. It was just brutal.
I mean, and that's the thing, too, is that the Islanders have actually been playing really good. Since the 3-week hiatus we didn't talk much about them, but
The Isles got hot.
Yeah, during our hiatus, the Isles got hot, and now they're into second. But unfortunately, they took that step back last night. But we'll see how they continue on after this one. Where do they go next, JJ?
The Islanders will be traveling. Well, they'll be hosting the Washington Capitals.
Yeah,
Capitals are
that's
looking
right.
for another win.
That's right.
So the
Washington.
Rangers, because of this, the Rangers now extend their cushion to 8 points in first place, the largest cushion in the entire NHL by, I believe, 5 points.
They also have 3 games in hand on the Islanders, right? Or 2 games?
They have 1 game in hand over the Islanders.
Right.
They have 2 games in hand over the Canucks, 3 games in hand over Vegas, and 2 over Colorado. But they're somehow still in first place. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
But speaking of fairy tales, like this Rangers season has been a fairy tale. There was another fairy tale that happened on Christmas Day, and it was the fairy tale of New York between the New York Knicks and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Knicks just flat out dominated right from the start.
Yeah.
Up by 9 after the first quarter. Then they ended up going up by pretty sure they were up 11 at one point in the second quarter. I know they lost to the Thunder last night, but that's not what we're talking about. I missed this game, sadly. I was falling asleep as I was watching this game on the drive to my cousin's house for Christmas Day. But
how do you fall asleep on Christmas Day? Can I just ask?
Because I'm driving about an hour out to Putnam County, where there's nothing. There is nothing in Putnam County. You should know that.
Irrelevant high schools?
Very irrelevant high schools. But, I mean, the Knicks played very well. Brunson put up 38. Randall had a solid game. Giannis was definitely on his game, but it didn't matter because the Rangers continued to do their thing. Or not the Rangers, the Knicks continue to do their thing.
I mean, and the Knicks also, like I said, for PA teams, the Knicks got their get back for the game 2 days earlier on Saturday where they lost to the Bucks.
Yeah, they did. Now, unfortunately, there was another team that was not as lucky. And I'm going to get into and before we get into this is our lol cow of the week. And I'm just going to start off by saying these guys at the start of the season put together a promotion with Wingstop.
Oh, I know where you're going already. 5
free wings every time this team wins a game. Since they put that out, they've lost 27 straight.
Only 10 wings. Only 10 wings have been given out.
They broke the impossible record of the Charlotte Bobcats. And honestly, because of how good the Lions are, they might honestly have been sacrificed. Detroit Pistons, you are the lol cow of the week. 27 losses in a row.
What is there to say about this? What is there to say about the Pistons? I mean, they almost, I'm not going to say they almost won, but they won the first quarter against the Nets last night, which is shocking.
Not really. Not really.
It's the Nets.
The
The
Nets
Nets
are
are
not a
ass.
great basketball team, anyways. I can't say I'm too surprised. But they thought they had something going. They didn't. Free Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, true. And free all the Pistons fans.
Oh my God. Free the people who work at Wingstop. That's tragic. It seems like a lot of things have been very tragic lately. And the next thing that we do need to touch on is the tragic quarterback situation in New York. It makes me so sad.
Both teams, to be honest.
Let's just get into this right now.
Yeah.
We all loved Tommy DeVito. We loved Tommy Cutlets. The whole thing. He had 3 incredible weeks. He beat the Patriots, he beat Washington, and he beat the Packers. The Packers game gave all the Giants hope in the world. And it looked like that was going to be the game that changed the Giants season. Well, here's a tip. Maybe you don't have to rely on an undrafted free agent when you're like what 4-8 at the point.
Yeah.
You're under 4 games over. If you're 4 games under 500 or more, your season's probably cooked. I don't know why Giant fans are so upset. Like Tommy DeVito said it very well best. He said, "quote They love you when you're up and they hate you when you're down." That is very accurate to the New York sports media, and it makes me sick.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
I mean, but it's true in New York. That's the thing. It's such a huge market that if you're signing or getting traded there, like that's the risk you're getting or the mess you're getting yourself into by going to New York. Yes, you're going to probably the biggest market in the world, but there's also going to be some not consequences, but there's also going to be some moments where you're going to wish you never went to New York. And when the media gets you and the fans get you, man, you probably just wish you can get out of New York ASAP.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. And it's so unfortunate because then you take a look at the Saints game. What happened to my graphic? Anyway, it doesn't matter. You take a look at the Saints game and you look at how badly they just manhandled Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
The dude was like Kevin McAllister in Home Alone 2. The dude was absolutely lost. There was nothing he could do. Like he was just getting hit left and right. He had no chance whatsoever. Like he was just getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. What makes it worse though is that the Saints players were doing this.
Yeah.
This makes me very angry.
And Brian Breesy too said he got some Italian in him. Yeah, buddy, shut up.
No, the guy
Just
is Italian. I believe it.
I know,
believe it.
but
The dude
why?
is Italian. Yeah, it is what it is, to be honest with you. So we gotta.
I mean, but
then you
like
go,
everything said, like everyone says, good things have to come to an end eventually. And
yeah,
I
I
would
agree.
say though, a small good thing is that Tyrod Taylor did show promise in the Eagles game.
I agree. But
So
then,
maybe,
yeah, because then you look to the Eagles game.
yeah,
He
you look to the
started off
Eagles game.
okay.
I don't even think much of it was DeVito's fault. I mean, he did make some bad throws, but it's like the Eagles defense, the edge rushers they have, they're good edge rushers and stuff, and Giants never can contain Hassan Reddick for some reason. But then Tyrod came in and did his thing, and it was only an 8-point loss, which did not seem terrible for a Giants game in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I give you guys credit. I mean, you guys did play very well. We'll get into that when we talk about the recaps. But then all of a sudden, you get to the Rams game, and in comes Tyrod Taylor. You get into this Eagles game, DeVito gets benched, and in comes Tyrod Taylor. So it's a 75-yard pass his first play.
Yeah.
It stinks that this is the way that they're going with it because this is not how you treat a player that you're trying to make as your backup. You don't do that. Like, you got Tyrod Taylor, who is your current backup. That's great and all. But, like, you're also factoring in the fact that you have a guy who won you a couple of games. You're starting to develop him into a good backup. And now you're going to bring in a guy who's probably not going to be on your team next year because he is a free agent and you're going to have to bring him back, or you're just going to let him go and he's going to get picked up by some other team. The quarterback market is thinning more and more because of how many injuries we have this season. Let's take a look at this. We've got Daniel Jones out for the season, Joe Burrow out for the season, Deshaun Watson out for the season, Kirk Cousins out for the season. Who else do we have that's out for the season?
AR, Anthony Richardson.
AR out for the season. He just got drafted. He's legit a rookie. Trevor Lawrence was getting injured.
I mean, Rodgers, if we count that.
Rodgers out for the season. The Jets just traded a package for him.
True.
You've got the Patriots quarterback contract. The quarterback market is in its very worst position as of right now. And this is what you're doing. I think that this is a very stupid decision. I think it should be Tommy DeVito against the Rams.
Like, he had one back. Like, the Saints game wasn't even full. He got sacked like 7 times. Yes, Tyrod showed promise in the Eagles game, but that doesn't mean Tommy needs to be benched. Obviously, Tyrod's probably going to not be back with the Giants next year. Let DeVito develop these last 2 games, and then if Daniel Jones gets hurt again or is terrible again, DeVito could be ready for that second. Like, you could put him in, and he could be a solid QB.
Yeah.
What are you going to do if he doesn't play these 2 games? Are you going to go back to not letting him throw the ball if he gets put in next year?
That wouldn't make sense because Tommy has shown that he can sling the rock.
Yeah.
He can throw the ball. He's in a decent position as of right now. It's not a great position, but the dude can play. We've seen him do it. But you could also make the argument that Joe Barry is an absolute idiot and that dude doesn't know how to call a defense. That could be argument. Now, the other thing that needs to be factored in is the issue with, Giant players failing to stay healthy. And I don't know if you remember this, but the last time the Giants and Rams played, Daniel Jones was getting hit almost every single snap. The first play was a strip fumble.
Yeah.
By Agbonia Okoronkwo. I remember it like it was yesterday because I was in person for that game. I'll also be in person on Sunday. But in all this being said, I think this is a very stupid move. And yeah, I think that the Giants messed up really bad. I really do. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into what we missed in Week 16. All right, so let's start off at the very top. The Rams get themselves a massive win over the New Orleans Saints. They needed this one more than anything.
It was a good Thursday night game. Obviously, the Saints did not look like the Saints at the start, but slowly they came back, but they just ran out of time there.
It's garbage time. It's garbage time.
Garbage time TDs, yeah. Rams defense, they picked it up. They played well, and yeah.
They did the same thing against Washington too, when you really look at it.
Yeah, true.
Because you're up by so many points, and then all of a sudden, you're bringing in, all these other backups, and then next thing you know, they're scoring touchdowns, and it just gets very ugly at one point. Rams were up 30-7 for the majority of the game, but I need to knock on the Saints a little bit. Dennis Allen, do you have a kicker? Use him. Seriously, there were and I was very confused watching this game because I'm out here, I'll legit show you. I've got my back turned to my laptop. I'm watching on my TV screen, and I'm seeing, and this is a very nice TV I got here, nice 4K. And I noticed that the Saints are going for it on 4th down a lot more times than they should have. I did not like their approach. I mean, obviously, as a Rams fan, as a football fan, I was just confused.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Even if the Saints won, that would have boosted their playoff chances by a lot.
That's true.
More.
That's true.
But
yeah.
The thing is, it's not a playoff game, so you don't need to be so aggressive. 4th and 7, that's not go for it territory.
That's punting range.
Yeah.
And the 4th and 3, for example, you're on the 30-yard line. Kick the damn field goal. Take the damn points. Your offense is not good enough to go for on 4th down in that situation. They're not at all. And I will give the Rams defense a lot of credit. They did a fantastic job with handling Derek Carr, shutting down Alvin Kamara, all that. They just did a fantastic job by the front seven. Now, Lucas Havrisik, I swear to God, if he cost us a game by missing field goals, I will be so pissed. He misses a 40-yard field goal, and then the Saints go down and score in 3 plays. You cannot have these opportunities where you're going for points and you can't get them.
Yeah.
And I will give the Rams even more credit because they finally went back to running the ball inside the red zone. Because what they love to do is they love to drive down the field by running the ball, and they start throwing it once they get inside the 10-yard line. It's the most frustrating thing ever because they can't stop Kyren Williams. No one has stopped Kyren Williams. He has over 1,000 yards. They're playing 5 less games than Christian McCaffrey. He's only 200 yards away from him. That's all I got to say about Kyren. Now on to our wide receivers. Puka Nacua, another solid game from him. Put up 33 fantasy points. Good Lord, he went off. And then
I had to face him too.
Yikes. Did you win?
Nope.
That's why. Because Puka Nacua is that type of player that you don't want to face in the fantasy playoffs. And then you take a look at Demarcus Robinson. This man came out of nowhere. I was waiting for him to finally get a contribution role with this team, and now he's finally got one. He went off again. Cooper Kupp had a quiet game, but, I mean, it is what it is. You get another big win, and now you're moving on to New York. Now, the Bengals and Steelers game, I think you know where I'm going with this. Rudolph the Red Zone Reindeer. This man went absolutely ballistic against the Bengals. And I could sense the frustration coming from Cincinnati Bengals fans. You go on this amazing run. All you have to do is beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you end up finishing winless in your division. That is not a good case for you to make the playoffs at all.
Yeah.
In fact, that will probably kill you at the end of the day. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, but for the Steelers, I mean, it shows that Rudolph could be the guy for the rest of the year. If they need to make the playoffs, I mean, he's not going to be playing the Bengals again. But if he plays like he did against the Bengals, they'll make the playoffs.
I could see what you mean by that. Because, like, the Steelers got Seattle this week, and we'll get into that later. Bills-Chargers, the first ever NFL game on Peacock. I watched a little.
Yeah, I watched. I forgot what it was. Oh, I had the Rangers. No, I forgot what game I had, but I was switching back and forth between some games.
I watched a little bit of this game. Yeah. It wasn't the best.
I'm gonna say this: Bills, legit. The Bills, like with the chart. Like, how do you? It's a 2-point game with the Chargers, who fired Staley.
Trap game.
Yeah, trap game. That was true. Also, I mean, if the Chargers weren't banged up, the Chargers win this game.
I agree. But then you've got the Commanders and Jets game, the battle of 2 tanking teams. Jets went up 27-7.
Yeah, there's really nothing to say about this game besides that the Commanders almost came back, but the Jets won. That's really it.
Then you've got the Lions and Vikings game. The Lions have finally done it. It took them over 30 years.
Hey, they deserve it. This team deserves it.
Yeah, they did. The Vikings played well. Nick Mullins is the ultimate chuck and duck quarterback. Simple as that.
I love how Nick Mullins chucks it downfield for no reason, and then when it's intercepted, he questions the receiver. Like,
that's
legit.
Bad.
You really don't gotta question the receiver. It's legit your accuracy.
Yeah, I agree. And then you got to factor in the game from Melifon, whatever the hell his name is. That dude went off.
Yeah.
2 interceptions, including the winner. That was big. So the Lions have finally clinched the NFC North. Good for them. Now the Browns and Texans. I'm going to say it. Amari Cooper, congratulations. You are this week's King of the Week. This man put up 51 goddamn fantasy points.
Hey, that was more than the DJ Moore performance at the start of the year. And everyone thought DJ Moore was like the best receiver in the league after that performance for some reason.
Yeah, so I guess that means Amari Cooper's due for a huge drop-off.
Yep.
Same with George Pickens. Not the right time for it, I'll tell you that. And then you've got the Packers and Panther game.
Panthers almost came back and won. I mean, burst on with that legacy drive. But I'm gonna be honest here. Replay review system did bail out the Packers. Dobbs did drop the ball,
I agree.
but I
And
mean
I'll also
we can't change that now.
say that to be honest with you, that was a Joe Barry disaster class.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was pathetic. But the Packers snuck away with the win. I hate the Seattle Seahawks. They are the luckiest team in the NFL.
They win every game last second.
It's never
wild.
easy. They're the Minnesota Vikings of last year. They are last year's Vikings.
Yeah.
Except they're not winning 13 games. Colts and Falcons. What the fuck, Colts? You have an incredible run. You're winning all these games, and now all of a sudden you lose to the Falcons? You're one of the hottest teams in football, and that's what you do? That's a joke.
Yeah.
Then you've got the Bucks and Jaguars. The Buccaneers they destroyed. The Jaguars absolutely look lifeless right now.
I mean, the Jags, they're still at the top of the division, but it's like a half game.
Yes, they are still at the top of the division.
Yeah, they're still at the top of the division, but T-Law, he's legit his last string. One more hit, injury, whatever, and who knows if his career could be over because he's legit getting crushed out there. But like you said, the Jaguars are losing hope fast, and they need to win these upcoming games.
Yeah, I totally agree. And then we've got the other half of the NFL games. Let's start off with the Christmas Day Spectacular. Oh, wait, never mind. We have other games. The afternoon window it was an interesting window. That's for sure.
I would definitely say this first game was game of the week, Cowboys Dolphins. I mean, I wouldn't say it lived up to the hype, to be honest, because Dolphins, my opinion, very underwhelming. Even though he didn't start getting yards until the end, Tyreek Hill was not used as much as I thought he was going to be. Tua did not. The Mostert, A-Chain, very underwhelming. Cowboys, they had their chances, but I mean the Dolphins got it on the last second field goal.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm shocked by this whole thing. The Cowboys don't win on the road. If the Cowboys have a road playoff game, I'm taking their opponent.
Agreed.
Unless it's like the New Orleans Saints, which I don't see that happen. I think Tampa might be able to beat Dallas, but we'll get into the playoff picture in a little bit. The Cardinals and Bears, two tanking teams. The Bears
battle for Marvin Harrison.
Battle for Marvin Harrison is correct. Although you wouldn't think that they'd be getting Marvin Harrison, but shockingly, the Bears have the number one pick, even though they haven't had to do anything.
Yeah, the Bears could win. The Bears could legit have gone for a playoff spot and still got the first pick.
Still get the number one pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, something needs to be done about that pronto. And then you've got the Patriots-Broncos Christmas Eve Sunday night game. This game was crazy.
Yeah, this game was a crazy ending. Pats woke up in the third. Broncos did come back though, and that was probably the last ever game that Russell Wilson was in a Broncos jersey. So, if you mind pulling up the graphic one more time for Sir Russell.
Let me at least see if I still have said graphic.
All right, if you don't have it, it's okay. We will just say the slogan, but that could be Russell Wilson's last game in a Broncos uniform. But the Pats.
And why would that be his last game? Because the man got paid $39 million.
He got a bag just to be terrible. So I mean, but the Patriots. Congratulations. You did the most stupidest thing and decided to win that game for some reason and not tank when you probably should have.
Congratulations. You've officially sewered yourself, New England. Congratulations.
Yeah, you probably should have lost that game, but I mean,
I wouldn't be I would 100% be annoyed as hell if I'm a Patriots fan. I know
the team itself is not.
I'd be frustrated.
Yeah, I know the team itself isn't because Bill Belichick is probably in his last season as the Pats head coach.
Yeah. Also, I gotta be honest. Denver Broncos fans, You're not off the hook because the
The
ride
ride never ends.
never ends. You could blame your social media team for making Russell Wilson say Broncos country, let's ride. By the way, that was the social media team's idea. That wasn't even Russ's idea. They told him to say that. So blame your social media team for that one. But back to the games. Then you've got yourself a battle between
The Christmas games. These were good games.
they were good games. I will say that. Then you got the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, and I was stunned. I was absolutely stunned watching this. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell has happened to the Kansas City Chiefs? Oh my god!
I mean,
fallen on a hard time.
T Swift was even in attendance, and they still lost.
Yeah, so I'm starting to think T Swift might be the curse.
Yeah, possibly.
Kansas City is finally having a down year, and I'm all for it.
Wait, question though: did Kelsey have his under for the first time with T Swift in attendance? That might have been the first time his under for yards hit.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely surprised me. So, I got to give them credit.
Yeah.
They definitely deserve to lose that game. But shout out Zamir White.
Mm-hmm.
This man, I got to pull up his stat line really quick. But that man went crazy against them. Because I take a look at this Chiefs game, and I look back at it, and I see Zamir White, 22 carries, 145 yards. Have a day, kid. Have a day.
Agreed.
So, we are going to talk about this next game, and I've been told this person's been dying to get on this show for a very long time. It's a little bit after Christmas, but I figured I might as well make the kids' wish come true. Please welcome my co-host, best friend, and former, I guess you could call him a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I don't know. He's always flipping teams. Dominic Dolce.
Woo!
So, what are we thinking after that Giants-Eagles game?
The Eagles won, so that's good.
Buddy, they're legit frauds. I'm sorry, but they're frauds.
I mean, they won, so that's all I need.
That's all you got to say on them almost losing to Tommy DeVito. Or should I say Tyrod Taylor?
I mean, Tyrod Taylor's not that bad, in my opinion. He's pretty solid. I think he can play.
Yeah, I have nothing to say after that. I'm going to say this right now. The Giants' tackling in this game was fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Their third and long defense, too, is even
Oh, my God. I feel like I was watching someone play Madden. Jesus Christ. They couldn't tackle anybody. It was a clown show on defense. And I'm surprised Wade Martindale didn't get fired for that.
I mean, I don't even think he will get fired. Everyone gives him – I don't even think it's his fault. It's not even his fault, really.
He did say he has high praise for Matthew Stafford, so it's definitely
that's true.
Side. All right, and then we had the Ravens-49ers game. The 49ers got destroyed.
All I'm gonna say it was an off day for them, so don't take this too hard.
I don't care what the scoreboard says. The Baltimore Ravens destroyed them. Now, with that being said, let's move on. Let me throw up that. Oh wait, that's not it. Let me throw up that sweet J&J game day graphic.
Let's go.
We got one more game day after this, and then we've got the playoffs, and we will be doing it for the playoffs. The top pickers will be brought back for the playoffs. So, Jacob, remind us what our scores are for J&J game day.
So you get one lock and one upset. If you get both of them right, it's +1. I forgot who our last guest was because it's been forever. I think it was Matt Bear's fan. That Matt Bear fan. Oh, I already did that. Josh didn't come on.
Just let him know what the score to beat is.
Oh yeah, the record to beat is 14-3.
All right.
By who? And who gets 14-3?
JT.
My boy Jizzle from Cotta Media.
All right, don't ever say that. Don't ever say Jizzle again, please.
That's his name. It's Jizzle. I'm serious. It is. Then you've got, and who did the worst out of everyone?
Dom knows this person very well. Mike Volo, the Devils fan, 4-11. Yes, sir. 4-11. All right, Dom. Is Dom gonna get better than 4-11?
All
Yep.
right.
All you gotta do. All right, first game, Thursday Night Football, Jets, Browns. What do we got?
I'm gonna take the Browns in this one.
I agree.
All right,
I don't
that's a clean
see.
sweep.
I don't see Zach Wilson going into a hostile
It's not
environment.
even Zach Wilson. It's Trevor Simeon because
Even
Wilson's
worse.
out for the year anyway.
All right, moving on to the next game. Here we go. A Saturday night game between the Lions and Cowboys. Playoff implications at stake. Whoever wins this game, barring a 49ers win, will have the 1 seed in the NFC.
Man, the Lions having a chance at the 1 seed is, as I have never
Yeah.
heard that been said before. Obviously, I mean, I doubt a Lions fans heard that in like 30 years. So,
been a
but
minute.
it doesn't matter. Like we said earlier, Cowboys are only good at home. So give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Dallas too.
I'm going to use that exact same logic. I think that Dallas is a very good football team. I think Detroit's a very good football team. Detroit can win on the road, but Dallas has not lost at home all season. So I'm taking them boys. Next up, on the docket, we've got the Pats and the Bills. If there's ever a game for the Bills to just shit the bed because it's a trap game,
It's definitely this game.
it's this
but
one.
It's not.
But Bills win, Pats cover.
All right. Well, I'm making the Bills my lock. Just
Oh.
saying.
All right.
Dom, I'm guessing you're going with them
I'm
Bills.
gonna take Buffalo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very smart pick here. However, I gotta take a look at the spread. I do believe that the Patriots are going to keep this a close game, so don't be surprised if New England covers. Next up, we've got the Falcons and the Bears.
You know, this game, the Falcons need this win.
Must-win game. Must-win.
They need this win to stay, I guess you can say, in the hunt for the NFC.
By the way, the line is 14. I'm hammering Pats plus 13.5.
Oh, yeah, that's an easy hit.
Hammering.
But for this game, I mean, the Falcons, the only way they would make the playoffs if they win the division in some way, somehow. So I'm not going with the Falcons, though. I'm going with the Bears because they even though it's the end of the season and they're not making it, they look hot at the moment. So give the Bears fans hope for next year. Win the last 2 games. I'm going with the Bears for this one.
I'm gonna take the Bears too.
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go with the Atlanta Falcons.
All right.
Next up on the docket, we have the Raiders and the Colts. Must-win game for both teams.
Yeah. I mean, this one, I'm not going to say it's a good game. I'm going to say it's a close game because
Shootout. I'm going shootout in this game.
Shootout, I mean, I hope it's not offensive shootout because I have the Raiders defense this week. But for the Colts, who did they play last week? The Colts. Oh, they lost to the Falcons.
Falcons. Colts are definitely due for a big win after that one.
So here's what I'm gonna think: is the Raiders have momentum coming off the win in Arrowhead on Christmas Day. Colts losing to the Falcons. The Colts are home though, but I think the Raiders have that momentum. I'm going with the Raiders.
The Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Colts at home. I think that they've just been very good at home this year. A lot of their losses have come on the road. When you think about it, I think their only home loss I can think of at the top of my head was the Ram game. But I mean, what can I say? Colts are, I believe, 3.5-point favorites. So I'm gonna go with Indy.
I'm gonna take Vegas on this one.
All right, fair
All right.
pick. The moment we've all been waiting
Giants,
for.
Giants. I'm picking the Giants.
Damn,
All
that
right,
was aggressive.
So, let's talk about it. Jacob's team, we went up against each other in college football, and we lost by 1 yard.
Hey, it's Dom's team also. Don't forget.
No, we're talking about this is back when you and I had our whole thing going on. With
Oh, yeah. You did give us a copyright warning for that.
I did give us a copyright warning. I went with the whole green out thing. People would have thought I would have been smoking weed, but that's not really the point. This is the time I finally get revenge.
Take it. I don't care. I want the better draft pick, baby. Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to put this straight. All right, so I'm sitting section 219. I got club seats for this game.
Oh my gosh, bro, got the club seats for
No,
this game.
it's not Rams sideline like I
Yeah,
hope.
yeah.
And then
But
all that
club
money
seats
to
are
watch them
club seats.
lose.
Club seats are club seats. It's gonna be about a solid 40 degrees.
Hey, JJ, if you don't mind, there's a Giants legend in there probably for the game. So if you don't mind getting me the autograph, I'll gladly take it.
Who's the legend for the Giants?
No clue, but I know there is a legend in the club every game.
It's section 219. I'm not sure if that's that's club seats. I think.
You just said it was, so that's why I said it.
I'll see what I can do. I can't guarantee that because my father will probably want the autograph
That's true.
to put up in his giant shrine. So I've already decided my fit. I'm going full on. I'm going with like thermals underneath, some nice pants, rim sweatshirt, the Kyron Williams jersey, and the Rams.
Kyron Williams.
The Rams beanie that's over there on that side. I think that the keys to this game are very, very simple. Run the ball and attack the awful Giants secondary. Now, I don't want to get Deonte Banks involved. I want shorter, underneath routes where you know you can get open, get a little bit of separation. I'd rather take my chances on Adoree Jackson than Deonte Banks. I mean, if Cooper Kupp is on either of them, I'm giving it to either Cooper or Puka. But if this is for Demarcus Robinson or whoever other receivers we're using, or even Tyler Higbee, I would go for those underneath routes. Now, defensively, you have to be able to put pressure on Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
You will not win this game relying on your secondary.
Is Donald playing? Like I haven't heard Donald's name in a long time.
Donald's playing. Donald is most definitely playing.
All right.
He
Well,
actually,
Donald can get 20,000 sacks if he goes on anyone but Andrew Thomas.
I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to put Andrew Thomas on Aaron Donald.
I
And
mean,
that's
if they do, then Donald won't get 15 sacks. He'll
but
get,
that's going to open up
30.
the doors. That will open up the doors for Byron Young and Kobe Turner. Both of them have been very solid assets. You've got Bobby Brown coming off on the interior side, Jonah Williams on the other. I'm not looking forward to seeing Michael Hart in coverage again. He's a defensive end that we love to play in coverage for whatever reason. I don't know. It's a stupid thing. Akilla Witherspoon, Jordan Fuller, John Johnson. Everyone needs to step up. And Lucas Haversick, hit your fucking kicks. MetLife is not easy to kick in, though. So, listen, if you can hit 3 kicks in the pouring rain in Baltimore, you better hit some kicks at MetLife Stadium. With that being said, I'm taking my boys.
I mean, Dom already said he's picking the Giants, so
That's a stupid pick.
I don't know, Dom. If you want to make it the upset, you can. I mean, you don't lose.
That's my upset. That's
All
my
right, well,
upset.
there it is.
I refuse to make this my lock of the week. I refuse to do it.
Yeah, I know, because I know you still have your doubts. Trap game. It's a trap game. Tyrod
I
Taylor's
told my
back.
dad earlier today, we were discussing this, that this is a total trap game because we got to play the big bad 49ers who just got their ass kicked by the Ravens. So they're going to play their starters. So we're really going to
All
be.
right, so for this one, you know, I don't even know, like, because you know what? This is how I said. I said it in our group chat on Monday, JJ. I said before the games, we want the L, but we root for the dub.
I agree.
We want the L, but we root for the dub. So
That way it's a win. That's why it's a win-win situation.
yeah, it's a
You
win-win.
either get a better
situation.
draft
So-
pick or you
so
get the satisfaction.
on the show, I'm gonna root for the dub. So I'm just gonna pick the Giants. But if the Rams lose, I'm not gonna be mad. If the Rams win, I'm not gonna be mad.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be mad. All
I
right.
swear to
Next
God,
game.
I swear to God, if the Eagles do not blow this team out and they keep it close with the Cardinals, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm going Eagles as my lock of the week.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, that's clean across the board.
Big division game in Tampa Bay. New Orleans and Tampa. The Saints need to win that.
This is I would say not game of the week, but it's the game of the week for playoff applications because the
Yeah.
Lions are already in it, so I wouldn't say that's the biggest game for playoffs.
There's
But
probably
this game
plenty
is
of
right
playoffs.
here because if the Saints win, I don't know if they have the tiebreaker, but
Let's test it
let's
out.
see that.
Yeah, let's find out.
No, they do not have the tiebreaker.
They do not have the tiebreaker.
All right, so they need the Bucks to lose.
And if we take a
Again.
look at the Bucks next week, they play the Panthers.
All right, well, so basically the Bucks probably have this wrapped up, unless
I
don't
think the
have-
Buccaneers. I think the
Yeah,
Buccaneers.
I'm going the Bucks.
I'm gonna take Tampa Bay.
I think the Saints have a better chance of getting in as a wild card.
So,
All right. And then next up, we've got, bro.
All right. I mean, we can just move on.
Yeah.
We can
Same.
just
Not
go,
fair.
games that are going to be easy pickings. Just go skip by these. games.
I honestly, I hope the Lions Cowboys game ends in a tie. That way, the Niners can lock up the 1 seed.
Okay, I don't know why you would think that, but okay.
Panthers.
All right. Dom, you should probably use your luck on this game, but you don't have
I
to.
already. You know what? What was my upset?
I didn't say this. Rule is only one person can have a lock on a certain game.
Yeah, that's important.
All right, so I mean, this is also an easier game to pick, unless Trevor Lawrence is out.
You know
You
what?
may as well take your Eagles lock and use it either on this game or another game.
Can I change my upset?
Oh my
Yeah,
god, this kid is
sure.
not being stupid.
No, I'm gonna pick the Commanders for my upset, but I'm still picking the Giants.
Okay,
You are sound just like Mike Vuolo.
bro did not just bro laughed at Mike's record and is gonna have the same record.
Mike's
All right.
he's gonna be like hold my beer. I'm the worst.
No, I'm taking Jacksonville in this game.
Thank
That
God.
was obvious. I mean, you still have your lock. So
I'm taking Jacksonville, but the Carolina
I
Panthers
used my lock on the Eagles.
Carolina.
No, JJ did.
Oh well, whoop-de-doo.
You can only have one. Only one person can have one.
All right, so
lock.
I gotta pick a different game then.
Look at the game in front of you. This is it.
Yeah, okay. Lock on Jaguars.
Here's my thing with Carolina with the Jaguars. They're going to win this game, but it's going to be a very scrappy game.
Yeah,
I agree.
Adam Thielen's.
Here's your playoff
Miami, lock of the
implications.
week. Changing my lock of the week, Miami.
Here are your playoff implications. Right here, this game. Now, Miami has already defeated the narrative. Can they beat good teams? But they did beat the Cowboys at home. It's not like they went into Dallas. I think this Baltimore Ravens team is due for a 2019 repeat. The Ravens will win this game, and then the Dolphins will have to face the Buffalo Bills for the division in Miami.
Wow.
So wait, you said 2019?
Yeah, which means they're going to lose.
All right,
They're gonna
so
be out
I'm gonna
first
do
round.
a last year encore. We're gonna have the Ravens go up by 21, and then the Dolphins come back. There you go.
Yeah, I got
Dolphins winning
Miami.
it. Dolphins winning it.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
I mean, like that. I feel like the Dolphins. I don't really think the Ravens, even though they beat the Niners in San Fran, I don't think the Ravens are still as good as people think they are. Because the Ravens are a regular season team, but when the playoffs come around, it's totally different.
Yeah, I agree. The Ravens are a very interesting football team nonetheless. Right now I have them as my consensus number 1 team. I do think they'll probably lose in the playoffs. I'm not sure who they're going to lose to though, but I'm so salty. We should have beat this team. I really am. Moving on to the Tennessee and the Houston Texans game. This game is interesting because the Titans, they're out of it. They are. But they are starting to show like they've got fight. They want to try to win these games. And I see what they're trying to do. I really do. But I think CJ Stroud will be coming back. I got to go Houston.
Yeah,
I'm going Houston.
I got Houston.
All right. Here we go. What do we got for this one? This game is the most important game to me. This one's more important than the Giants.
My bad. Obviously, both of you guys are probably going to be wanting the same team to win.
We're going with the Yinzers.
JJ, I'm guessing you're on that side also?
Am I on that side?
Come on, man. I know you want to pick the Yinzers.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. He's going for it.
Yes, sir.
The fake terrible towel.
My Newburgh Steelers towel. Hey, it's the closest we got. It's Newburgh Steelers. Take it or leave it.
Woo!
That's the store-bought towel.
Hey, man. I don't have the money to go to Pittsburgh. I'm
Pittsburgh's
going with
amazing.
the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, I'm gonna be watching this game on the way home from MetLife Stadium. I absolutely need the Steelers to win this game. Steelers win and we win. We are in the dance.
Let's go
All
Yinzer.
right.
Going Steelers.
Seahawks at home. The Seahawks are at home though.
Seahawks suck.
Seahawks are good at home, but
You know the Seahawks. DK is gonna. I don't even know who the Steelers corner is. So
here's the
neither.
thing. Here's the thing.
DK
This is a
having a good
battle.
game.
This is a battle between two teams that get bailed out by high-end talent.
Yeah.
Who are the creators of high-end talent? The Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going with the Steelers. All right, next up, I think we all know who to pick. Let's move on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Denver.
Broncos country.
Here we go.
That's tough.
All right. This is an interesting game. Now, I believe there is a scenario where the Chiefs can miss the playoffs, but they
Yep.
have to have – but the Raiders would have to win their division.
The Raiders have to win out. If the Chiefs lose out, they're not in.
Or if the Broncos win out and Chiefs lose out. But I think this is going to be a win for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they'll finally get it together narrowly. But
I would say this game is Jake Browning's welcome to the NFL moment.
yeah. He's got to go into the loudest stadium in the NFL.
I hate Kansas City, but I'll pick them.
I hate Kansas City too, but I got to give it to them. They are very good. They're not a great football team, but they're still they've got Patrick Mahomes. They have weapons. They know
They got Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and T Swift. All right, what better trio can you want?
Kadarius Toney, Eric Flowers, DeAndre Baker.
Don't ever say that again.
All right, I'll do one better. Kadarius Toney, DeAndre Baker, Eli Apple.
All right, what's the next game?
Packers Vikings. Now there's a third scenario that gets the Rams into the playoffs. And that's if this game ends in a tie. It's not going to happen.
Bro, this is gonna be just like the Raiders Chargers game where
I'm
one team's
going
gonna
with
kick a
I'm
field goal to
going
the
with
top.
I'm going with the Vikings. But it's going to be too little, too late. The Rams will have already locked up the 60. But I'm going with the Vikings.
Dom, who you going with?
Who you going with?
The Vikings.
And this game I'm pretty sure will eliminate the Packers from playoff contention.
Yeah, well, one loss.
Jaron Hall starting. I think I'm gonna take Green Bay.
I mean, they have Justin Jefferson, so that's what I'm gonna say.
Moving on. And that's it. There is no Monday Night Football.
That's true.
Let's pick how many points in that game.
All right,
I'm just gonna
43.
say 42. 42. Something light. 42.
Yeah, like 42.
All right, I think you guys are over. I'm gonna go with 1.
All right, bet.
Yeah, 42 points. Alrighty. So, Dom, thanks for coming on, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yes, it would. All right, we'll talk to you later, kiddo. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Islanders suck.
Yep. That's going to wrap it up for the 20th episode of the J&J Show. Next week, we will be implementing the playoff machine.
Yeah.
Especially
wait
for
to do
that,
that.
for my favorite week of the season. That Week 18 rivalry week. Where
And
you have to
and we also get to see the practice squad players get touchdowns.
where you have to root for your rival teams in order to make the playoffs. It's a special week. I love week.
Special week for sure.
Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. I'm JJ. He's Jacob. We will see you guys in 2024. Peace out. I'll suck. Let's go Rangers.